Hello, Joburgers. Justin here. Welcome back. Happy Friday. And if you're in some parts of Joburg, you don't have power. Yeah, so it's par for the course in Joburg at these days. But today we're going to be talking about first-time buyers. So if you're a first-time buyer, then this video is for you. Okay, so over the years, I've noticed that some first-time buyers that I've dealt with, they seem to have done their homework and some haven't. So there are some important things that you need to know when you're buying a property for the first time, especially when you don't have the experience. Okay, but firstly, the very first thing about buying a house is you've got to make sure you've got to have a very big, comfy couch. Okay, so as you know, in South Africa, having a couch is a very, very important thing as it provides a number of functions. So it's a nice place to relax and stay comfortable. And then also it's a nice place to stash some valuable items. Okay, so on to the video. Firstly, decide on your budget. Okay, so but your budget is probably the most important thing. So decide on your budget, and I would always recommend looking at a bond originator. So get your pre-approval through a bond originator, because what they do is they go out and they shop around for the best deal amongst the banks. So especially in this day and age where South Africa's finances are in a very bad state, we're very vulnerable to interest rate changes and that sort of thing. So just make sure that you stay within budget. But as I say, please use a bond originator. These guys are very good. And it's completely free of charge. So they'll do all the shopping for you. Okay, on to the next thing is, if you can, save up some cash and put down towards your bond. Okay, so your bonds, let's say it's 2 million. If you can put down a few 100,000 from savings to try and help you with your bond, reduce your bond payments, that is always a big help. It counts for a lot over the years. And then also, if you can, once you've got your bond, even if you can just pay an extra few R100 or whatever's in your budget on top of your bond, you're on top of your bond payment. Even small amounts, like even 100 or 200 or 300 Rand extra a month, absolutely it kills your interest over the years. It has a big impact, and it also helps you pay your bond off a lot quicker. All right, so on to the next thing is if you're going to be buying a house or if you're going to be buying in a complex, just factor in the extra payments for the levies, rates and taxes, and water and electricity. So I've got some videos that I've previously filmed. I'll put the links up here on things that you need to look out, especially for when you're buying in a complex. Levies, extra levies, those kinds of things add up. So make sure you factor that in, because of those are payments you're going to be paying on top of your bond. Okay. On to the next thing, very, very important. Probably the most important thing in this video is your transfer costs. Okay, so when you're buying a house, there's legal fees. You're going to pay the conveyancing attorneys, and then you're also going to be paying transfer costs, transfer duty. But it depends on how much you buy for. Okay. So at the moment, if you're buying a property for 1,210,000 or less, you don't pay any transfer duty. Okay, you just pay the legal fees. But if you're buying a property of 1.210 and more, transfer duty is going to apply. Okay, so What is transfer duty? Transfer duty is another tax. Okay. So as you know, our government is very greedy when it comes to tax. And so that tax gets paid over to the government so they can buy more couches and not spend that money on infrastructure. So just to give you some examples of transfer duty, I've just downloaded from the internet. It's very easily available. Just Google transfer duty tables. Okay, so for an example, a house of 1.5 million, you're going to be paying transfer duty of 8,700 Rand. Okay, which is not a lot. Then there's also your legal fees. But as the value of the property increases, your transfer duty is going to increase. So for another example, property price of 2.5 million, you're going to be paying a transfer duty of 67,000. Okay, which is a decent chunk of change, but might still be manageable. But when it really gets interesting is from around 2.9 million upwards. Okay, so if you're going to be buying a house of 5 million, your transfer duty is going to be 327,000 Rand plus your legal fees. So it just these tables just shows how the tax moves. The higher the price that you pay on your property. So the government is really targeting the wealthy people. They really want to get the money from the wealthy people. So as this climbs, so from if you're getting up to 13 million, you're going to be paying around 1.24 million Rand on transfer duty. Yeah, so it gets very, very expensive. So yeah, just please be aware of that. So please factor that in. Okay, so another very, very important thing is when you move into the house is that you're probably going to need to fix a few things. So please keep some cash aside for that because houses are not perfect. Okay, so you're going to need to maybe do some painting, some fixing. You might have to get a garden service in. You might have to retile, or there's going to be something in that house that you're going to need to do. All right. So keep some cash aside for that. What I like to do, or what I recommend to first-time buyers, is that if you see a house that you like, go back 2 or 3 times and take a measuring tape with you and take a pen and paper and go through that house with a fine-tooth comb, check everything, if there's any issues, any damp, anything that needs to get fixed. So that's where you can get an estimate on how much it's going to cost you when you do move into that house. Okay. Then on to the next point is make sure your security is up to standard. Make sure the alarm is working, your electric fence. Yeah, so when you move in, you want to feel safe and secure, and make sure that your insurance is paid up, because you don't want your couch and other valuables to be expropriated without compensation. So check on your insurance. And then lastly, just please do your homework and crunch the numbers very, very carefully. Okay, because buying a house is a very expensive thing. Okay, don't put yourself into a difficult situation. Rather stay in your budget. Say crunch the numbers, make sure that you can afford that house. Because interest rates change, houses are expensive, it's maintenance. Yeah, so rather just be careful with your budget and just make sure that you can definitely afford that house and the extra monthly payments and the levies. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you the next time. And may the couch be with you. Okay, cheers.